Facebook to everybody. Hi out there, and we're going to share the show later on. I am excited about bringing on my next guest who, my gosh, number one, thank you for your service and all of the accolades that you have done and been through and are here. We're going to talk a little bit about what you're here for. I have with me Jean how do you say
Blaze.
it?
It's like fire, blaze.
Oh, okay. And thank you so much for everything and being here again today to talk a little bit about what you're going to talk about today. But you also brought some other things that you wanted to talk about. So get up on that mic and let's let everybody hear you and what we're going to talk about today.
Okay, well, good afternoon. I'm Colonel Retired Jean Blaze. I am a 30-year U.S. Army veteran. And today, what we're going to speak about is the Arizona Youth Leadership Conference, which is a program that we try to run annually within the state of Arizona, but it's part of a much bigger program that the Military Order of the World Wars holds nationally and internationally. And the conference that we are going to be holding this year is going to be held from 8 to 12 June 2026, and it's
that's military type talk, right? 8 to 10, 12 June. What's that mean?
well, when we talk in military terms, you never say like 12 June. It's always, it's always the date first and then the month and then.
That was cool. I
Sorry.
like that. Go ahead.
Sorry, I do the same thing with military time and it drives my children crazy.
I know. My daughter does that too.
Yeah, you say 1,200 hours or 1,300 hours.
Yeah. So, let's talk about it. It is something that is so cool. It is for, I want to say teens from the grades what?
They're grades 9 through 11. We will accept 12th graders, people who are, in their last going to before graduation, but that's in special instances. But 9 through 11 is the ages that we're looking at. And do you want me to expand on how they get, into the program and what it entails?
Right. I think what's really important is, first of all, maybe you are a teacher out there. Maybe you're a counselor. Maybe you just know someone. You work for a school. You're a coach. These are people that are around teens, youth. And there are some youth out there, we wish they were all like this, but they're not. But some youth that are kind of already, you can tell, that they have that inkling to go towards something like this, right?
They want to learn, they have a need or they have a burning desire to learn about civics, which we unfortunately have stopped teaching in the United States education system.
Well, no wonder nobody knows nothing about it, right?
So, we teach historically, your student may go and have a history class, but history is not civics. And you may have a class or two on the Constitution, but you don't learn everything about the civil rights. You don't learn everything that has happened in the past and how we've gotten in the development of our Constitution as it stands today.
Right. And there's things that with this this conference that they do that, number one, you're going to learn all about that.
Yes.
But you're also going to things that you get to do that are kind of coolio.
Yeah.
Like write an essay, and there's things that you have to do in order to get in. So first of all, what do you look for?
Okay, so again, as you, if I can start at the beginning of the process, like you had suggested originally, if you happen to be part of Customs and Border Patrol or Customs and Border Patrol has a youth group. So does Civil Air Patrol, the scouting programs, both boy and girl scouting programs, young Marine programs. All those programs out there have youth leaders who can see that there are children or youth that are inclined to wanting to learn about civics, that are looking to go into something bigger than themselves when they graduate and go on into their their
Choice.
early
Right.
into their early adulthood. So the thing with that is we rely on those people to see our program. Again, I'll make sure that you understand that the program is free. It is an invite from the Military Order of the World Wars to come and join the educational program. You learn about leadership and development, and you learn about civics when you go to our program. We are a qualified program underneath the National Association of Secondary School Principals. So with that, you may even get credit through your school for participating in that program as a youth. We have incentives when you come to our program for a week, and again, it is a commitment. It's not something you should take lightly. And when you come to our program, you do things that, like Carol had suggested, you go and not only do you do book learning about the Constitution and free enterprise and learn leadership skills, but you also get to do practical exercises where you learn how to team build and become and show your leadership capabilities, and then you participate in not only in that team building, but in the free enterprise part of it is you learn how to create your own country. As if you were starting, as if you were one of the founding fathers, and you learn how to create your own country, and what would it take to come up with laws, and how you would have control over your country, and then you learn about how we do it in the United States. So that's kind of like a big overarching view of what happens during that week process.
It's awesome, and there's a lot of things that are also kind of fun too, that are like, I know I'm funny, but like folding the flag and learning how to do it so that you can hand it to somebody, right?
Absolutely.
How you hand that off.
So again, as I suggested, some of the youth that are drawn to this program are individuals who already have some sort of background in civics. They may be in a junior ROTC program, they may be in scouting, they may be in Young Marines. For those kind of individuals, we run our program. Again, it's a 5-day program. You come to an area where we have chosen this year. It's going to be at the Regional Training Institute on Papago Park Military Reservation. You will be in a billeted area, just like soldiers go into. You will be in a billeting area. You'll be broken into teams. You get a team shirt. And so you're kind of like your tiny little company, if you will, or your little platoon part of it. You do flag raising in the morning, and again, you do team building exercises. So as teams, you go out and we have you learn how to exercise leadership. And the one that I like to show as an example is there are hula hoops that you have to make a hula hoop chain, and then you have to kind of like manipulate your bodies through it just by communication. It's all a communication skill. Everybody has to go through one hula hoop while holding hands, and that's kind of interesting to see how you navigate that as a individual.
Here's the other thing that she forgot to say, and that's it's for both boys and girls.
Oh, absolutely.
It is free, and it is going to be from June 8th through June 12th. And they do want you to make sure that you do go up on their website, because there is a timeline on this that they want you to get everything in. The website is aZYLC.org, and go up there and check it out. Maybe it's you, maybe you know somebody, a youth, like you said. Please tell them about this, because it is really, really cool. And you know what I said? One of the times when one of these people were talking about it was that we need more kids like this today. We really, really, really do. Sad to say
Absolutely.
it, but it's so true, right?
Absolutely.
And people that are interested in this. Now, okay, real quickly, what do you think is for the impact this has on a kid that does this, that goes into adulthood?
Well, most of the youth that we see that come back, and I'll call them alumni because it's just like they build friendships, and with those friendships, you want to come back as an alumnus. Again, some of them are in junior ROTC, and with that, they may graduate and go on to an ROTC program, or may join the military right off the bat. We see that a lot. For other individuals, they may go into civil service. We had a young lady who's going to speak here, who is one of our alumni. She works for Customs and Border Patrol. So you find all sorts of, placements. One of the young gentlemen who's like, now it's going on his 20th year, he's in Arizona law.
I'll tell you something, there are a lot of people out there that are gonna be really interested in this. These kids, we know who they are. Whether you know a Boy Scout, a Girl Scout, a young Marine, anybody, we've got our lines, we're gonna just have you go to the website, which is azylc.org. Hang tight, we're gonna be back in just a minute.
Absolutely.
Okay, we're gonna still talk in here because we're live in the room.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so, now, what I want to do is also talk about what is it called? It's where is it here? Military Order of World Wars, and how you also are connected with that, with the conference, okay?
Right. This is a long-standing organization. It started out with General Pershing, and it wasn't originally intended as an officers program, but in the last 2 to 3 years, the bylaws and everything for that organization has expanded, so that it doesn't matter how many years you've had in the military or what your rank was. You can be officer, enlisted, any service, any rank.
I have a question. You were a teacher. Were or are a teacher?
I have taught on a variety of different levels. In the military, I was an educator, although my specialty is logistics, so my podium work was mostly, I worked at Fort Hood on the podium teaching supplying services. While I was pregnant, which was kind of fun, in a man's military at Fort Benning, Georgia. And then, I've taught, I have my PhD, so I've taught through my undergraduate school, I've taught public administration.
Yeah, so you know what it means when you're in school and or any kind of that kind of a setting, and you see that you gravitate to those people, right?
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. So, let me think here. Would you want to say also, we're going to say this on air as well, why you conduct this conference?
So as I kind of mentioned before, this was originally a program that was developed by the Military Order of the World Wars. It is a program that's nationwide. It's not obviously called Arizona Youth Leadership Conference. It's called the Youth Leadership Conference, and every state either runs one or two or combines in their region to run one, and again, because it is a program that the Military Order of the World War chapters pay for out of their own pockets from fundraising and gathering donations, it's something that we fully integrate in with our programs. So I know we need to wrap up.
No, it's okay, we're not done.
Oh, okay. So, again,
So welcome back, everyone. At the break, we always talk to Facebook land out here, and we've been talking, and, one thing that I can say, you are so passionate about what it is that you do, and that, first of all, I think that most people that are in the military of any kind, they are very passionate about what they do. They love the country. We all love our country. And we've been talking a little bit about why you put this conference on. Not just, you do others as well, but this one in particular.
This one actually, from all the veteran service organizations that I belong to, this one I feel personally has the most impact to the youth, not just for our state, but as well as for our nation, because as I was saying during our live streaming portion of this, the Military Order of the World Wars does youth seminars, leaderships and seminars, and they even do a summit at the national level, depending on how a youth might do in your city, state, community program,
Mhm.
then you can be nominated to go to a much higher level and go to a summit that's held. This year, the summit is held in DC in July, so
Well, it's patriotic education,
it totally is.
okay? And it is a phenomenal thing that these kids are offered for free.
Mhm.
And it is from June 8th through June 12th.
Mhm.
And they would love for you to go up onto the website to check it out. It is azylc.org. And there are some things you're going to have to do. They're going to want you to fill out paperwork. And they're also going to want you to write, I'm sure, a little essay or why you think, probably why you should be there, or what is it that's
So
they have them do.
Initially, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt,
That's okay.
but initially when they fill out the paperwork, you again go online to the azylc.org. There is a section on paperwork to fill out. It gives you a detailed information on how and who to send that paperwork to. Be aware that you will, if you're doing it as an individual or if a counselor is helping you, you need to fill it out with your parents, because of course you need your parental consent. You are making a commitment for staying for a week in a billeting area, and you will be fed and billeted and taken care of for the 5 days by the Military Order of the World Wars.
And there is a deadline,
There is a deadline.
and that is May 17th.
Yes.
Okay, so they push it out a little bit, so
We
they
did.
would love for you to go up there and check it out. And again, that website is azylc.org, and it stands for the Leadership
Right.
Conference.
Mhm.
And I want to talk about some of these other things, okay? So there are also, for people to become a member of the Military Order of World Wars,
Mhm.
right? You have, one of the questions is, what are the qualifications to become the member of that?
So technically, you can be a friend of our Military Order of the World Wars. Because it holds a 501c19 designation, we need to keep control over how many veterans are there versus civilians. We encourage civilians to come in. They are perfectly able, and we are willing to bring you in especially if you're an educator or you like civics. We'd like to see you come. You'll be vetted to see if you fit well with our program. And then we do certifications for all of the people who are educating or team leaders as a part of our program. They have to be certified to work with youth. We just don't let
Not
anybody
any
come in.
Joe, come on in there,
Yeah,
you gotta
not
be
any Joe.
special.
So anyway, but if you're interested in joining the Military Order of the World Wars, or you want to participate in the conference programs, and you have something that you think you'd like to offer, you can contact me, and I put my name out there. I'm Jean Blaze, and I can make sure that you have my phone number, which is 602-377-8764, and you're welcome to call me, and I can hook you up with the right people to join our order if you'd like.
So if a school or youth organization wants to hold a youth leadership seminar, who do they contact?
They can contact me. Our real point of contact is our board on our board of directors is Colonel Retired Jim Moyer, or is Gunny. But if you contact me, I'll make sure that they get in contact with you.
And her phone number is 602-377-8764. Check this out and go up onto the website. It's for both boys and girls, and it's free, and it's cool, and it's there's a special kind of youth that is for this, right? And so the website is azylc.org. Like I said, maybe you know Boy Scout, Girl Scout, Young Marines. It doesn't have to be someone in that in
No,
any
it can
way.
be
It can
anybody.
be anybody, but they tend to lean towards the liking that kind of a thing. So I think the best thing is to know that it is from June 8th to June 12th, and you have till May 17th to get this thing going. So go up on the website today, which is azyLC.org.
And if you are interested in seeing some of the things in past conferences that have occurred, we have our Facebook pages linked to our .org site, and I encourage you to go to the Facebook page. We have past years. You can see people who have commented that have gone on, so the alums do come back on, and they do tell you what they're doing today, and they try to link up with the people who they've gone through the course with. And so it's kind of an interesting dynamics. You see, again, lifelong friendships and interest in what people are doing as they get older and have taken part in the program, so.
Now, I know that you said that you brought a few other things that you wanted to talk about. I wanted to make sure that you got to everything.
I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew that the curriculum, again, this is not a fluff piece. It's not just leadership and learning how to do fun things like go through hula hoops and, walk on planks
Or
and that
sleep
kind of
in
thing.
the, what is it,
Or
the
sleep in a
barracks?
barracks, or
Which I
eat,
think is cool.
or eat in a dining facility, because again, you're going to experience or raise the flag in the morning when the revelry is blown on the post. You will get a full idea, even though only 1% go into the military, you will get an idea of what it's like to have joined the military, because our program is based, people like me are the ones who are teaching, so you'll get an idea of what it's like. But again, there's a lot of fun stuff to do, but also there are, programs where you'll learn, again, free enterprise, you'll learn the Constitution.
And from what I know, there's also a contest, there's a couple of them, I'm sure, and one of them I think is I think it's a essay
An
or something
essay.
like that, and there's money that you get to win.
Right.
So let me tell you, that's fun right there.
If you participate in the program right now online, along with the documents that you have to fill out, you'll find that I think 3 essay questions are posted. One of those will be chosen, so we give you an opportunity to think about it, because it's a critical thinking question.
Yeah.
And so you have to come up with something, and then you come prepared. And when we do the essay, we give out first, second, and third prizes. They are monetary prizes.
Nice.
And then again, if you are willing to give up time in July and you get selected, we'll send your name in to the summit program at national level, and you may have an opportunity to go to DC for free again. And you get to go and do a lot of things at the national level.
This is something that's happening June 8th through the 12th. It is also for special type of youth, okay? You know who they are when you see them. We're talking to you teachers out there. We're talking to you counselors, parents, anybody who knows a boy or a girl who is of the grades, what are they, the ninth grade through the 11th,
yes.
but they do 12th if they can with you, just depends.
Right.
And then they want you to talk. They want to talk to you. They want you to go up onto their website and get invited to this.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
it would be really cool if you can get to it. I would be so proud of anybody that did. Now there is a deadline for all this to happen, which is May 17th. So go up onto that website as soon as you can. It is azyLC.org, and have fun with it. Go up there and get those essays, the paperwork's all taken care of, and remember, you do need your mom or dad to be able to sign off on this, because you don't get to go if they're not. So again, go up onto the website. It is azyLC.org. It's free, and it's for both boys and girls.